From the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
A battle playing out along our border over the treatment of immigrant children. What politicians have been saying overnight about the policy and how San Diegans are rallying today for a cause.
The controversial rapper, once knocked out on a San Diego stage, has been shot and killed. The tributes pouring in overnight, saying there was more than one side to XXXTentacion.
Today, the Navy's newest littoral combat ship will arrive here in San Diego, its new home port. Hi, you guys. Thank you for being with us on this Tuesday. I'm Virginia Chow.
And I'm Jason Martinez. Happy Tuesday. Let's get over to meteorologist Megan Perry. And sunshine already in places.
That's right. Yeah, we're starting to see some sunshine peeking up mainly over our mountains this morning as we look towards Julian, where it is 53 degrees. But even El Cajon up above the marine layer, you can see the sunshine shining brightly this morning. And there is a little pocket near Camp Pendleton and Oceanside that those clouds really just didn't form. So if you're seeing sunshine out there, I'd love to see your pictures. You could tweet me at 10 News Perry. And it's 6 a.m. It's not too early to think about lunch, right? Temperatures will be in the 70s for most coast and inland neighborhoods between 11 a.m. and 1 this afternoon, though most inland neighborhoods we're going to top off near 80. I'll pinpoint where I am forecasting 80s when I come back in just 7 minutes. And how's it going out there on the 8, Kalina?
Well, we have a new problem that popped up here out of East County. So if you take this, you might see this actually heading into East County. This is on the eastbound side of the 8 here, right at Tavern. The shoulder is blocked off because of a car fire, and your speeds on the 52 heading westbound right around the 125. That is slowing down here this morning as well. 805 toward the center of your screen between National City and the 8. That's where we're seeing lots of traffic this morning. This is your commute. It'll take you about 12 minutes to get through that stretch, but once you get past the 8, you're clear as you continue on into the Claremont area. North County is still pretty quiet. A little bit of a slowdown on the eastbound 78 as you head on into San Marcos, but overall everything very light this morning in North County. Tracking all the activity for you, and we have a busy commute heading into Coronado. I'll have that for you coming up. Virginia?
Thank you so much, Kalina. Today, President Trump will meet with House Republicans on Capitol Hill to talk about immigration. His administration is facing backlash for its zero-tolerance policy, which has led to almost 2,000 children being separated from their parents since April.
The administration calls it a deterrent for illegal immigrants. Others call it inhumane. The website ProPublica posted that audio of kids pleading for their parents. The site says a Texas lawyer got it from someone recording it from inside a border detention facility. And some San Diegans also taking notice. They're planning protests this week.
Yeah, let's get to 10 News anchor Mary McKenzie, who is live at the Civic Center, one of the sites for one of those protests. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Jason, Virginia. They're calling it the Families Belong Together rally. It will happen here at Civic Center Plaza on Saturday from 10 until noon. But even within the president's own administration, there seems to be a struggle to make the message consistent about whether the separation of families is meant as a deterrent. No question, though, that is the word from Attorney General Jeff Sessions.
Yes, hopefully people will get the message and come through the border at the port of entry and not break across the border unlawfully.
House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi was in San Diego yesterday to visit the immigration holding facility in El Cajon, and she said this isn't about immigration, it's about compassion.
This is so heartbreaking. It so challenges the conscience of our country that it must be changed immediately. This is not an immigration issue. This is a humanitarian issue. It's about the children.
So again, that rally here at Civic Center Plaza happens on Saturday. The president, who could end this policy at any time, as you mentioned, will be meeting with Republicans tonight. Meanwhile, there are 2 bills that will come before the House to vote on Thursday, and also emergency legislation put forth by Republican Senator Ted Cruz, which would reunite those migrant families. That, of course, happening, not sure if it would pass or not, but that happening as a growing number of Republicans come out opposing the policy. We're live downtown this morning. Mary McKenzie, 10 News.
Thank you, Mary. The young woman who was found dead in her City Heights apartment over the weekend has been identified. Her name is Josie Ruiz. Police say she suffered traumatic injuries. San Diego police say Ruiz had been out late with friends that night. She returned home at 5:30 Saturday morning. Family members found her body that evening. Her death is hitting a lot of people hard. Her picture posted on this Facebook page filled with comments from friends who cannot believe she's gone.
I have anger. I'm like shaking right now because it just gets me really, really mad. Really, really mad to the point where I don't know what to think of. I don't.
Ruiz's loved ones say that she was way too smart to invite a stranger into her home, but it does appear she let a man in. Police confirmed that there are surveillance cameras in the area, but they haven't said if the video shows anything.
Meanwhile, we now also know the name of the skateboarder found dead in Chula Vista yesterday. 23-year-old David Flores, found by his former teacher, police say, near Discovery Park. Not clear yet how he died, but police say it may have been a hit and run.
New video from overnight, fans and loved ones holding a vigil for rapper XXXTentacion, shot and killed in Florida yesterday, and other musicians also paying tribute to the rapper. Kanye West here tweeting, "Rest in peace. I never told you how much you inspired me."
It was a controversial figure, but it should never happen to anyone. For an artist of his caliber to be taken from us at 20 years old, that's unacceptable.
And that controversy he's referring to due in part to this, when the rapper last year was knocked out on stage at the Observatory in North Park, sparking a brawl. He had also faced some legal trouble over domestic abuse accusations. But online, he seemed to hint that he wanted to use music to inspire others.
If I'm going to die or ever be a sacrifice, I want to make sure that my life made at least 5 million kids happy.
XXXTentacion was shot yesterday while he was pulling out of a motorcycle dealership. Police say it looked like a robbery. They're still looking for suspects.
6:06 today, the San Diego Board of Supervisors will vote on spending $10 million to build special need housing. Now, the aim of this housing is to give homeless people with mental illness, drug abuse issues, or both a place to live. County Supervisor Ron Roberts says there is a shortage of places where they can go. Now, he says each person will also have a case manager and services to help them live more independently.
And it isn't that one unit, that's built, or one project. It's several different projects where we will have control over units within those developments. So we might spread this over, could be over half a dozen to a dozen different properties involved.
Roberts says he's confident the supervisors will approve that budget today.
Now, a 10 News Morning Original. New reporting first at 6.
A program that helps hundreds of needy San Diego families have a Merry Christmas is in jeopardy. And we show the Holiday Baskets program every year. It's run by the Community Resource Center.
Yeah, let's get to 10 News reporter Jared Aarons, who's live in Encinitas. Jared, they say they need help replacing a crucial piece of equipment.
That's right, Virginia. Jason, good morning. The CRC does more than just that holiday program. They feed about 400 families a month. They take donations here at their resale store. But all of this is in jeopardy because one of the big items that keeps the CRC moving is running on empty.
Monday morning.
Every day, Fred has a job to do. Fred brings thousands of pounds of donated groceries to needy families at the Community Resource Center.
If we don't, we can lose food. Somebody loses out on a good meal.
This isn't Fred. This is. Fred is the name of the truck, and Fred is near the end of the road.
Motor's always a little sticky in the morning, so good to go.
Jerome Williams is Fred's driver.
We get it done.
He's had a front seat to breakdowns, engine failures, you name it.
Dying a couple times is never good. On the side of the freeway on the 805 rush hour, that's not cool.
The check engine light is always on.
It's every day.
Fred spews exhaust that you can smell while driving behind him. It's not ideal for a truck with such an important job.
Keeping the food good, we only have like a 2-hour limit before it starts to grow bacteria, so we needed to get it back to the center.
The CRC needs $65,000 to replace Fred. They'd like a new truck with refrigeration.
We just needed to work so we get this food to the center, get it dropped off, start again.
The sooner the better, because Fred is quickly driving into the sunset.
Fred put in his time. I think it's time for him to retire, play some golf.
Here's Fred. Now, the Community Resource Center is hoping that they can buy a new truck through donations only because they don't want to have to take any money out of their main budget or away from any of their other programs to replace him. By the way, if you're interested in donating, we've put a link on our website. That's 10news.com. Live in Encinitas, Jared Aarons, 10 News.
Yeah, I need to see a new and improved Fred someday there, Jared. Thank you very much for that story. Well, today the Navy's newest littoral combat ship will arrive here in San Diego, which will be its new home port. USS Manchester left for San Diego after being commissioned in New Hampshire last month. It does also have a few port calls under its belt already, including a trip through the Panama Canal. Its first mission now will be to train deploying crews.
It is 6:09. Megan Perry joining us now. So just how much warmer today?
About 2 to 8 degrees. The biggest jump is going to be away from our coastline, especially in the valleys and our mountains. The mountains are actually going to see the biggest jump at about 6 to 8 degrees this afternoon. You can see a lot of clouds as we look towards downtown and La Mesa. Most of us stuck underneath those today. Those will be clearing out as we head through the morning, though some coastal areas may take a little bit longer than others. And if you're headed out to the Padres game, they're back at Petco for only 2 nights. The Athletics, they're here at 7:10. For the first pitch, about 68 degrees this evening at 7:10. Low 70s and a few 60s up and down our coastline. 80s for Fallbrook, Escondido, Poway, and El Cajon. 77 for La Mesa today. 80s also in Ramona and Alpine. And we do have an excessive heat watch in effect for the deserts coming through Thursday and Friday. I'll pinpoint how warm it's going to get for the rest of us when I come back with your full forecast. Kalina?
Well, we have lots of traffic building right now as you head out the door. If you're going to be traveling on the 805, we're seeing a little bit of a slowdown here. It actually looks like it might be improving, but overall out of the South Bay, you'll start to slow down on the 805 northbound. Stay slow to about the 8, and then you're nice and light the rest of your way through Claremont. 10 News Live Traffic Tracker takes us out to a problem we have right now on the 125. This is northbound right at the 8. The right lane is blocked off because of a crash here. So far, you're not seeing a slowdown on the 125 or the 8, but this did just pop up about 5 minutes or so ago, so I'll track it for you and let you know if it's causing any type of backup. And then your commute heading into Coronado, very slow still. This will take you about 6 minutes as you come off the 5 and head on toward those surface streets. Jason, Virginia.
Thank you, Kalina. 2 San Diego schools locked down because of gunfire. The search now to find the shooters.
A toddler caught on camera scaling what's supposed to be an unclimbable pool ladder. The message his parents hope this will send.
Black Panther roaring into the MTV Movie Awards. How the movie's main star honored a real-life hero in the crowd.